The blue avians, it's on Earth. The change has arrived. If you read this message, you are shifting timelines to a higher vibrational one. We won't diminish the magic of this moment by detailing everything happening now, but it is very useful to support the change through your intentions. This message is primarily for those known as the prime creators. Your intentions are extremely valuable. Extraterrestrial beings have been on Earth for quite some time and will soon make themselves known. You will soon discover that some of these beings are actually you from the future. Some of you will start experiencing the Mandela effect more frequently, noticing the different timelines. However, for quite a while, you may not know how to consciously shift from one reality to another. There is so much happening behind the curtains, and many of you have started to feel it. In just a few weeks, the overall perception of most of you will change completely. You are literally jumping timelines. For those of you who wish to leap further, support the change through a light and healthy diet and plenty of meditation. Do not get pulled into action. Now you are meant to tune in, to feel, not to act. Now is the time to stop and just be. Embrace the change because it is meant to carry you far away. It is happening. And, as you read this, you are part of it. If you recognize yourself as one of the prime creators, please contribute to the shift by affirming, I shift now to the highest possible timeline. Take a moment and feel this. It is significant. There are no beliefs to take with you because belief is a program and you shall be free of it. You do not need to believe but to know. You do not need to believe but to intend because this is how you create. There is nothing to believe in because you are discovering that the entire 3D perception was all an illusion. In the 5D reality, you understand that it is all a game, therefore you will not act out of your belief system, but because you know how and what to create. You will be discovering the power of your thoughts, therefore you will also learn to pay deep attention to them. Control your mind, and you control everything. We thank you for being here at this time, and we thank you for being as you are. Your intentions are most valuable now, please use them wisely. We are the Blue Avians, and we love to connect with you. The angels, tune into your own happy space, even around tough people. So many times upon your planet Earth, you find yourself looking at the behavior of others and feeling your own vibration shift. You see someone acting angrily and find yourself upset or sad. You see someone you love suffering and feel anxiety arise from within. You see a happy child or smiling dog, and it is hard not to feel good, if only for a moment. The majority of you are easily influenced by the vibrations of others. In days past, we often spoke of this phenomenon as taking on the energy of another, but even this was an attempt to use a 3D paradigm to explain a 5D energetic reality. Now that you are learning more about your power of focus and how to tune your energy field, we can explain the dynamic of energetic interactions to you more accurately. In truth, you don't ever truly take on another person's energy. No one can assert their energy into your field, no matter how strongly they desire your agreement. No one can dump toxic energy into your field, nor can anyone truly rob you of your own energy. Neither can anyone really make you happy. These are 3D paradigms based on passing one's trash or treasure to one another. In reality, you are the tuner of your own reality, and you will always experience what you tune into. Here is where human interactions become tricky. Someone with a very strong positive or negative energy can easily command your attention. You love motivational speakers, happy children, and enthusiastic puppies. Their often high vibration makes it very easy for you to feel good. They provide a strong positive focus that resonates with your inner spirit. Likewise, many of your singers and musicians have the power to inspire beautiful feelings within you. They are so attuned to the emotion or energy in their work that you can easily vibe with them and feel what they are feeling. They make it easy to tune into an emotion you desire. Many of you can listen to the same song repeatedly because your happy tune is like a tuning fork that makes it easy for you to focus on a happy vibration. Tuning is also why you become so upset around people who are unkind, dishonest, or spewing anger. Of course, you know that these are not soulful behaviors, and we wouldn't expect you to enjoy them. Given the choice, most of you would rather not be around them. But what upsets you, dear ones, is not the behavior itself, but rather the disconnection it inspires within you. If you were so strongly practiced in maintaining our connection to your own inner loving spirit, then even the most unthinkable souls would not be able to sway you. Instead, you would have a moment of compassion for these folks, tune them out, turn away, or ignore their nonsense, and continue living in your own loving and happy vibration. In plain terms, you wouldn't let their antics ruin your day. Imagine you are out with friends, having a fantastic conversation, laughing, and sharing a good meal. You are all feeling wonderful. Suddenly, you hear an angry person in the restaurant or cafe complaining loudly about the world, or someone in their life. At first, you'd try to ignore them. You might even feel compassion, or shake your head in disbelief. You would likely turn back to the pleasant conversation with your friends. However, this person clearly wants attention. They are making a point, and they want everyone to hear it. Their desire for attention and validation is so strong that if your desire for a peaceful and happy evening is not stronger, you may find yourself giving in, tuning into their energy, and becoming upset. You might say that his person ruined your evening and made you upset, but in truth, dear ones, what is upsetting you deeply is that you have innocently allowed this individual to command and control your attention. They have compelled your focus and, therefore, your vibration. Although you didn't mean to, you have innocently allowed them to demand that you focus on them. In so doing, you enter the vibration of upset, and you get angry, too. We know that, at first, it isn't easy to maintain your connection to love and good feelings when someone around you is strongly negative, nasty, angry, or down. It is easy to feel cheerful when life and the people around you make it easy. It takes much more mental muscle to feel good when life and the people around you are not making it easy on you. Nonetheless, the more you practice, the easier it becomes, and the more you take charge of your own vibration. So, in this example, suppose you start to notice yourself becoming upset at this individual's ranting. In the moment you notice, you have a choice. Do I want to let this person command my attention, or do I want to choose how I focus? You might have to get a little creative. You might look at your food and comment about the delicious dinner. You might take a moment to give thanks that you are having a better evening than this poor soul. You might even make a little joke that this person never learned to use their inside voice. If you're feeling very connected with love, you might even stop your conversation to have a moment of prayer for this person, or to imagine them surrounded by soothing light. As you can see, there are many more options available than simply allowing them to ruin your evening. A tougher example is when you watch someone you care about who is not making the healthiest and happiest choices. They command your attention quite innocently because you love them. You want them to be happy and healthy, and to know they are loved. Nonetheless, dear ones, you cannot control another person's point of focus any more than they can control yours. You can, however, raise your own vibration. You can permit yourself to enjoy life even before they are able to do so in a vibration of caring for yourself and permitting yourself to be happy. The most loving words will flow through you to them, and the most inspired and truly helpful actions will arise from within. So, rather than worrying about taking on energy or polluting someone else's space, begin to think in terms of tuning. The strongest energy in the room usually commands your attention, but once you realize it is your intention to choose, you can start to choose love more often. You can choose to turn away from bad behavior. You can choose to witness the good in another as surely as a parent knows the good in their child even when the child is not exhibiting good behavior. You are the masters of your own tuning. And even the most negative, nasty, and upsetting individuals do not have the power to control your mind, if you don't let them. Practice, dear ones, makes it so much easier to choose your own point of focus. One better feeling thought at a time. One small choice to focus on anything that soothes. One small moment at a time, you are learning to take back your God-given right to choose your focus and to feel the love that is always around you, even when others are not making it easy. We know your world is riled up right now. It won't remain that way forever. However, it is a good time to practice taking control of your own thoughts, your own focus, and your own feelings, because even with the angry energies flying around you, you have the capacity to be in the world, but not of it, and to live in your own happy reality, no matter what others choose. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angels. The Collective, Midway of Ascension. Dear Owns, it has been said that you are the light of the world, and it has also been said that you are the music of the spheres. And what we wish to say to you today is that you are creators from infinite realms and worlds, and that you are creators of infinite realms and worlds. Many of you have forgotten this truth about who you really are, and these messages that stream through higher dimensional frequencies of light are here to spark your remembrance of the true timeless divine essence that you are. May 2024 Energy Update ~frequency writer.com. So let us take a deep divine conscious breath in today, and remember together that we are each a sacred seed of the divine creator's pure and perfect consciousness, heart, love, and light. And as these sacred seeds, let us remember the music that shines within your pure and perfect conscious breathing that is available to you each and every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. You are creators of the one true divine creator in every breath, in every soul-inspired intention, and in every conscious and connected partnership with Source, with the living Christ light, and with the Sacred Mother. The living breath is the nectar and life force of Source that breathes light into your most cherished creations. It breathes life into the parts of you still carrying wounds and tethers to the old matrix that know they want to let go, but sometimes are unsure of how to simply release them and let them go. This level of conscious breathing heals planets, worlds, and universes. And it can surely heal you, if you will allow it to. So let us breathe in a conscious breath deep into your lungs, your spirit, your soul essence, and your cells, and allow this magical divine prana to release anything that your higher dimensional consciousness no longer wants to carry around in any aspect of you, in any energy field, and in any part of your consciousness. Feel this conscious breath in your lungs, and hold it to a count of 3, 4, 5, or whatever number is most comfortable for you. As you hold that breath to the sacred number count, feel it reaching deep within you and clearing away any debris from any karmic wounding in all timelines, in this 3D time-space dimension and illusion. Feel the power of God's prana loving you, healing you, resetting you, and reorienting to you to what is perfect, whole, and divine in you. And that nothing else less than your perfect divinity needs to remain within you. As you release your conscious breath to a matching number count to how long you held the in-breath, see your cells, your light, your soul, and your consciousness receive exponential blessings in this now moment of release, for the courage and consciousness it takes to release density in this way. Breathe a few more conscious breaths in this manner, hold this in-breath again, and see it clearing away debris from 3D wound tethers from the old paradigm, reaching deep within you, and then breathing out all of that energy to be cleansed by pure source light and love, with the perfection of God's heart and timeline, where no pain, shame, regret, illness, doubt, darkness, etc. can exist. You are the breather of your divine and sacred freedom. You are the breather of your divine perfection. Breathe in this way as often as you need to reset your entire energy field to the codes of light, truth, joy, and perfection you are. Planet Earth is in an epic state of shifts and ascension area upgrades. God is summoning all divine instruments who know how to breathe the light of Source into everyday happenings as well as bigger planetary events as well. God's wind instruments are assembling and hearing the higher call to breathe new light, new life, and God's plans for humanity and for planet Earth into being. And you are here listening to a message like this as a witness to this ascensionary calling, and as a conduit of this ascensionary calling. Both are vital to the shifts unfolding. For ascensionary conduits and instruments are indeed changing this world, simply by breathing new light codes into it, consciously, every day. May 2024 Energy Update _ Frequency Writer. There are many themes and streams of energy around time travel, multidimensionality, star races, and the ability to quantumly and sentiently perceive beyond the physical five senses. You may notice this in the shows you can watch, the conversations you may be having, and the inner life experiences you are increasingly aware of. What if each of you is activating on levels you previously couldn't imagine? What if each of you is the radiant star essence of God, the unity star, if you will, of this time and timeline? What if you have abilities to perceive beyond what your 3D human essence has been able to perceive for lifetimes upon lifetimes here on the karmic wheels of incarnation and reincarnation? What if all of that awaits your discovery this year, and in the years ahead, this decade, and beyond? What if you are here in this realm, as a creator and builder of what is new and true, as the old structures continue to crumble, one by one, and perhaps at some point, all at once? This May 2024, and in the foreseeable soul journeying forward that you know you are here to do, embrace, be, and rise up and through, higher consciousness, in one, and all of you is seeking its true source. Its due north. Its union with the divine. To anchor the light, life force, and prana of the Great Mother in all you feel, say, know, and do. You are the alchemizers of 3D air into divine prana and creation again. You are the change makers, the dreamers, the transcenders, and the greatest blessings in all of the cosmos. For you are alchemizing darkness into light, and toxicity into pure life force and life breath again. While the awakening process well underway is unique and individual, it is also universal. And that universality of planetary awakening will go a long way in supporting new projects, new ways of living and breathing and being, and new ways of embodying divine life force and divine visions for a new earth. You are those dreamers. You are those seeders. You are those visionaries of truth, light, grace, peace, ease, and joy. It is the 3D illusion struggle as it falls further and further into decay and dematerialization that causes pain and struggle to the human ego. It is not God's timeline and source prana that is in pain and suffering. Humanity is in the midway, the in-between times, as has been mentioned. And it is as if you are in the middle of the parted Red Sea that source is holding open for you in your timeline, here now, today. The waters are held at bay through divine source hands, for your safe passage. And yet the sand beneath your feet, previously the sea floor, before this grand adventure, is dry and strong, supporting your journey from one timeline into a whole new one. There are moments when you look at the swirling waves on both sides of you, and wonder, how is this even possible? How am I chosen to walk this path to the higher light, at the end of the Red Sea of my timeline? There are moments you might look back at the path you have already traveled and have doubts about moving forward into this new life that promises only light, without greater detail. Can you turn back? No. You know this is not the answer. Tempting as that idea might be on some of the harder days. The known world is solely an illusionary world. So the temptation coming from the ego, that through contracts with the serpent's illusions feels this way, knows then that what is known is only an illusion. And that what is real is what is calling to you now, even if what is real is what temporarily feels to be what is unknown to you. It is an extraordinary place to be, living in the midway, and the midpoint between the worlds. Those on the path of ascension, who are anywhere on that path of ascension right now, know that they cannot turn back. For the old world is day by day eroding and ceasing to exist. And soon, in your lifetimes, you will see that as the old world ceases to exist, by becoming vapor and faint memories of what once was. The truth of God's timeline was here the whole time. It existed under cataclysmic events that covered up God's story, God's timeline, for all of God's children. And it has also existed energetically in the ethers of the truce believers. The truce knowers, shall we say. May 2024, and beyond are all about courage. Christ consciousness-centered courage. Moses consciousness-centered courage. Noah consciousness-centered courage. It is a knowing beyond all circumstances. It is a knowing beyond all temptations, to flee and to run from what is yours to do. It is otherworldly courage and faith that can only be fortified, truly fortified, though the breath. Through conscious breathing. It requires courage to see beyond the veils of illusions, when most around you don't dare to look. And now in the 2020s, it requires courage and faith to not only look behind those curtains, but to step beyond them. The terrain in God's world is first a feeling, then a physical reality. To step into God's kingdom, timeline, and realm till the conscious souls, awakened souls such as yourselves, you must travel first sentiently through your feelings to know and perceive the inner map that is being laid out before you, through clear soul sight that comes from conscious breathing. It is in conscious breathing that the inner lanterns of source alight, and how what was once dark and uncertain becomes the most glorious, riches-laden, miraculous adventure and experience of a lifetime. May 2024 Energy Update tilde frequency writer. This is where many of you are now. You are in the midway between enslavement with your modern-day pharaohs, and the new light of God's timeline, inviting you forward. And yet you must choose faithing forward. You must choose to keep putting one foot in front of the other, feeling on the inside that this is the pathway to deeper wealth, well-being, and union with all that is divine. Many around you cannot see the current Red Sea that is parted. Their spiritual eyes and clear soul sight are not yet that developed to be able to see it. But you can. And this is what we will draw attention to today. For as you journey, the further away you get from the 3D shoulders of Pharaoh enslavement timelines, the greater uncertainty the more human aspects of you feel, trigger, and become. And yet, as you step into the choice to keep moving forward despite the uncertainty of what is ahead, and with the clarity of the certainty of the decrepitness of your old life, more of your spiritual vision awakens, and thus more of your physical spiritual gifts become increasingly felt and known to you. You have to let go of the 3D shore to access and achieve union with the 5D plus sure, and assurance from God that you are on your way home. In the breath, when breathed consciously, you are home. Home is the breath. Truth is the breath. Source/God/Creator is the breath. And that is who and what is breathing you when you can't see. When you have doubts. When you are weary. God/Source/Creator is that very life force that is your lantern, your compass, and your map that you can know from within when you can't otherwise see in the 3D version of your story. Only 5D vision can see your conscious soul steps walking in God's true timeline. Where you never actually left source at all. You just daydreamed your way for a bit into a 3D intense and dark illusion that made you think you had fallen from grace. Now is the time to awaken from that painful daydream and allow yourself to be source-led, source-guided, and source-informed as you continue on in this grand awakening journey from the midpoint forward. There are others of you also in the midway journey. You will find each other along the path of faith, courage, and fortitude, each having to trust the light within to guide you home, to the land of light, joy, ease, and plenty, and out of the Pharaohian era of soul enslavement, pervasive lack, and scarcity, and spiritual famines. You reside in the feeling within of God's plenty and God's guidance, even if and even when you feel triggered by what you can't see all around you, and in the shoals of illusion and uncertainty that are still pretty clear and crisp in your memories, as possible timelines to empower and embody. The ascension path requires inner soul sight. It requires inner sentient sight. The only way to travel out of the showers of 3D illusions and uncertainty into God's timeline again is with and through ever-increasing willingness to listen within, to the still, small, subtle yet clear divine and perfect essence of God, guiding your every knowing, step, awareness, and faith. Tune your divine wind instrument to the sacred soul breath of God. Attune your living Christed consciousness to the map of sovereignty, multidimensional soul sight, and sentient mastery that you have always had within you. Whole soul mastery lives within you. It lives within your faith, your sentience, your trust, and your alignment and attunement with Source. And this attunement and alignment are augmented and fortified with sacred soul songs. These are the songs that will help you to breathe your light and life force through your sacred holy vessel to see when others around you can see the pathway back to Source within in every single breath. Conscious breathing and divine soul songs are key elements in the return of many sacred souls from the 3D illusionary realm to the 5D new earth, that is levels of higher consciousness, beyond the illusion you are now leaving. Sing your attunements. Sound your attunements. Breathe your attunements. And continue to walk through the midway of your ascension process, going the distance, not alone, but with Source in your heart and your breath, and connecting with other sacred souls listening to the power of the breath in their instrument, guiding them on the ascension path home with you. You might call these soul groups. You might call these soul tribes. You might call these people in your life soul family. And all will be true. For they are the frequencies of souls returning to sentience and conscious breathing, to find the answers to every ascension challenge any of you might be facing at any point. And these are the souls that remember that everything you need is within you. From your vibrational awareness of knowing that all needs are met by Source/God/Creator, who strengthens, fortifies, and blesses you, you are aligning with other souls ready to activate their superpowers, their majestic multi-dimensional gifts, through union with Source, in these ways too. May 2024 Energy Update Frequency Writer Command Together Together. You are paving the way for more awakening souls to follow and find their own ways through the midpoint of this ascension process, when it is time for them to do so, just as others pave the way for where your feet walk, and stand right here and now on the path of courage, faith, fortitude, conscious breathing, and multidimensional ascension. You are God's sacred seed and divine wind instrument, sounding the light of God's true timeline in every breath, creating music of the spheres and illuminating a pathway for you to continue to faith forward no matter anything that is going on in the 3D illusions of your lives. God's world and timeline is clear. God/Source/Creator's love for you is perfect and clear. And as you continue to listen to higher dimensional callings, to let go of those 3D illusory shows, and to embrace God's spirit and grace in your every breath, you are more committedly journeying home to Source, on the other side of that biblical Red Sea, where everything you ever desired to experience and create awaits you, from the inside out. The new 5D Earth is a frequency. It is an alignment. It is ascension creationary code and higher frequency structure. As Terry Cole Whitaker states, agreement is reality. When you take these breaths and take these sentient steps to agree with God's timeline and to be God's wind instrument, the path to the new 5D Earth will be what you are walking. And the ease and grace of your arrival will be sentiently assured. That is a faith and fortitude and ascension journey story many are ready to hear, and we will continue this conversation in subsequent messages throughout 2024. So journey forward, and focus forward in faith. Know your map is within. As is your divine lantern. You have it all. Embrace it, and trust your clear soul sight to guide you past the triggers and tethers of the 3D illusions, calls and beckonings, and into the light of divine wealth, health, joy, and expansion. You are loved, dear ones. You are love. All our love. SorceryOffLight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.